Okay, today we are going to talk about lightline. Lightline consists of wire with sockets and bulbs. The bulb screws into the socket. In lightline, there are two common sizes. You have C9, which is the larger, and C7, which is the smaller. And you can see the C9 is about twice as big. The lightline is attached to buildings in many different ways. Most commonly we use clips, and there are three different types of clips that I want to talk about. First is the all-in-one clip. This is most commonly used for residential jobs where you have to attach it to tile or underneath the sheet metal or something else. It attaches to the socket, and we like to make sure we slip the clip behind the little clip on the socket to add extra security. And then when sliding the clip underneath the sheet metal or the tile, we bend down this little tab, again, just to add extra security so it doesn't fall off during the season. So that is your all-in-one clip. This is your C clip, which has two sides to it. One is for the C9 bulb, one is for the C7 bulb. So it's important to note what type of lightline you're installing to make sure you position these correctly. And what you do with these is you glue them to the rooftop using just your typical roofer's glue here. You glue them to the rooftop, and then the light actually slides into the clip like so and holds it in place for a nice straight installation. The last type of clip that we have started using is the magnetic clip. So it has two little magnets on it. Obviously it only works if you have a magnetic surface, some type of metal building, but it slides onto the back of the socket, and then you turn it and it locks into place on the wire and holds it nice and holds it quite well actually onto the building. The last thing we need to talk about is adding males and females. So you have your male end, your female end, and this is how electricity passes through the light line to power the bulbs and plug into the outlets. The way you attach male and female ends, it's important to make sure you cut the wire and separate it like so. And we want to do this to make sure that these don't touch and cause a breaker to trip or possibly a fire. And then you can see on both the male and the female end, they're pretty much the same. Towards the back where you slide this wire in, there's a little divider that you have to make sure separates these wires even further. You can see in the male end, there's two little pricks, the same with the female end. These are what puncture the wire to pass that current through the copper. So you take on the wire of the light line, there's a rigid side, a bumpy side, and a smooth side. You take the rigid side and you make sure it is lined up with the prick furthest back. So you slide them in, again, make sure they're separated by that piece, push it down, and then you take the back of the male end or female end and you just slide it over like so, and it will puncture, again, those lights sending current through. So it's the same idea with the female end. Make sure you separate them, which I've done previously. Make sure the rigid side is positioned on the prick furthest back. You slide them in, make sure they stay separated by that little wall in there. You put the back on, and then you're done. And that's it.